The day my son asked why I wasn't living in the house he bought for me, my daughter suddenly ran away. I had no idea that a hidden deed, a broken inheritance, and a secret she tried to fix alone were about to turn our entire family upside down.
During dinner, I felt an unusual tension in the air. My son, Adam, a self-made billionaire who had flown in just for the weekend, sat across from me, quietly stirring his soup. My daughter, Lily, sat to my right. She looked nervous, tapping the table with her nails, avoiding eye contact with both of us. Then Adam suddenly lifted his head, looked straight at me, and asked the question that froze the entire room. "Dad, why don't you live in the house I bought for you?" For a moment, I couldn't breathe. The spoon slipped from my hand and hit the plate with a sharp clang. I stared at him, completely confused. "What house?" I asked. I didn't receive any house." Lily stiffened. Adam frowned, looking genuinely shocked. "What do you mean? I transferred the house to you 6 months ago. The deed, the documents, everything was sent to your address." I felt a cold wave rush through me. 6 months ago? I hadn't received a single letter, a single notice, nothing. I turned slowly toward Lily. Her face had turned pale. She wasn't blinking. Adam leaned back in his chair, his jaw tightening. "Lily, you handled the paperwork, right? You told me you'd make sure Dad moved in." Lily swallowed hard. Her hands trembled. I can explain," she whispered. My heart started pounding. Something deep inside me already knew this wasn't going to be a simple misunderstanding. Adam's voice dropped, filled with disappointment. "Did you hide the house from Dad?" Lily suddenly pushed her chair back. "I didn't mean, Her voice cracked. Without warning, she stood up and rushed away from the table, her footsteps echoing through the hallway until the front door slammed. Adam looked at me, anger and confusion mixing in his eyes. I sat frozen, trying to understand why my daughter, the child I raised with love and trust, would run away over something like this. But deep inside, I knew. This was only the beginning of a secret far bigger than I imagined.
Adam stood up immediately after Lily ran out, his chair scraping the floor behind him. His face was tense, and I could see a storm of questions swirling behind his eyes. "Dad," he said, lowering his voice, "something isn't right. I paid nearly $2 million for that house. The deed was transferred, the keys were sent, everything was supposed to be taken care of." I tried to steady my breathing. My daughter had never kept anything this big from me, or so I believed. I took a slow breath and said, "Adam, let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe she panicked." Adam frowned. People don't panic over a harmless question unless they're hiding something. His words hung heavily between us. After dinner, Adam and I sat in the living room. The house felt strangely quiet without Lily's presence. "Dad," he said suddenly, "did you notice anything strange these past months? Any missing mail? Any change in Lily's behavior?" I thought for a moment. "She did start coming home late, and she always seems stressed, but she said it was because of work." Adam shook his head. "Then why would she hide a house I bought for you? She knows I don't care about money, and you're her father. Why keep a secret like that?" Just then, his phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen. It was his real estate agent. Adam answered immediately. "Yes, Mark. I need you to confirm something for me." He walked toward the hallway, talking in a low voice. I sat back, feeling a heaviness in my chest. Why would Lily take the deed? Why hide it? Was she in trouble? In debt? Or something even worse? After a few minutes, Adam walked back in, his expression grave. "Dad," he said slowly, "the house was transferred. But not to you." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" "The paperwork shows the owner is Lily Bennett, my daughter. She had taken the house." Adam rubbed his forehead, exhausted. Dad, she had the documents changed. She told the agent you approved it. Mark didn't question it because, well, she's family. I felt a sharp pain in my chest. Not physical, emotional. Betrayal isn't a sudden stab. It's a slow ache that spreads through your whole soul. Why would she do this? I whispered. Adam paced the room. Either she wanted the house for herself or someone else pressured her. His voice suddenly hardened. Dad, she didn't just run away because she felt guilty. She ran because she's hiding something big. We decided to search her room. It felt wrong. But at that moment, understanding what was happening felt more important. Adam opened the drawers while I checked the closet. Everything looked normal, until Adam pulled out a small metal box hidden behind a stack of books. Dad, look at this. Inside the box were documents, bank statements, loan forms, overdue notices, and a letter addressed to Lily from a loan shark company. My hands trembled as I picked it up. Dad, Lily owes over $300,000. Adam's jaw tightened. Dad, she didn't take the house out of greed. She took it because she's drowning. And then we saw it. Another document. A property lien placed on the house Adam bought, using it as collateral. Adam stared into disbelief. She used my gift to you to secure a loan? My heart broke a little more. But there was something else in the box. A small, handwritten note. It was crumpled, as if she wrote it in desperation. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do. Please forgive me. Adam exhaled shakily. She wasn't going to tell us. I sat on the edge of her bed, feeling years older. She scared Adam. She must be terrified. Then where did she run? Before we could finish searching, the front door suddenly opened. Heavy footsteps. Adam turned sharply. It wasn't Lily. It was a man, tall, broad, wearing a leather jacket. He looked around the house as if he owned it. Who are you? Adam demanded. He smirked. I'm here for Lily. She owes us money. A lot of money. My heart stopped. He stepped closer, and if she doesn't pay, we take collateral. His eyes scanned the house, lingering on the family photos. Adam clenched his fist, stepping in front of me. You're not touching my father. The man raised an eyebrow. Then maybe you should tell your daughter to stop running. He walked back toward the door, but then looked over his shoulder with a cold smile. We always collect, one way or another. The door slammed behind him. Adam turned to me, his voice shaking with anger. Dad, we need to find Lily, now. And that's when my phone buzzed. A text message from an unknown number. I opened it with trembling hands. It was a location pin and a single sentence. Dad, please come alone. Adam stared at me. Is it her? I nodded slowly. Yes, and she wants me to come alone. Adam's jaw tightened. Dad, this could be a trap. I swallowed hard. Maybe. But she's my daughter. And without another word, I grabbed my coat and stepped out into the night.
The cold night air hit my face the moment I stepped outside, but the chill inside my chest was far worse. Adam followed me to the porch, refusing to let me face this alone without at least talking through it. Dad, think about this, he urged. If Lily's involved with people dangerous enough to walk into our house, then meeting her alone might not be safe. I looked at him, seeing the fear in his eyes, the same fear a son feels when he realizes he might lose a parent. Adam, she reached out, I said softly. If she's calling me, it means she's in trouble, and she trusts only me right now. Adam clenched his jaw. Then I'm staying close. I won't interfere, but I'll be nearby. You're not going alone. I didn't argue. I knew he would follow me no matter what I said. We drove separately, me in my old sedan, him in his black SUV, keeping a careful distance. The location Willie sent was on the outskirts of town, near an abandoned warehouse district, a place where streetlights flickered and shadows felt alive.
My heart thudded faster the closer I got. I parked near a rusted chain-link fence and stepped out, my breath forming small white clouds in the cold air. "Lily?" I called softly. My voice echoed faintly. A moment later I heard footsteps, small, hesitant. Then she appeared from behind a stack of crates. Her hair was messy, her face streaked with tears, her hands shaking. "Dad," she whispered. I rushed to her and wrapped my arms around her. She clung to me like a terrified child. "Why did you run?" I asked gently. She buried her face in my chest. "Because I didn't want you and Adam to know what I did. I've ruined everything." I held her shoulders and looked into her tear-filled eyes. "Lily, listen to me. You should have come to us. We're family. Nothing you say can make us stop loving you." But she shook her head violently. "No, you don't understand. They don't just want money anymore. They want the house. And when they find out it's not enough, they'll come after me, and maybe even you." Her voice cracked. "I was trying to protect you." My heart broke hearing those words. But before I could comfort her, a loud metallic clang echoed across the empty lot. Lily flinched. I instinctively stepped in front of her. 3 men emerged from the darkness, walking slowly toward us. I recognized one of them immediately. It was the man who had come to the house earlier. He smirked. "Well, look who decided to show up after all. Daddy and daughter. How touching." Lily grabbed my arm, her fingers digging into my sleeve. "Please," she whispered, shaking. "Don't talk. Don't say anything." The man stepped closer, eyes cold. "Lily, you owe us money. A lot of money. Running doesn't erase it." I felt anger rise inside me. "She's scared. She made a mistake." "She made a commitment," he cut in sharply. "And instead of paying, she used the house she didn't own as collateral." He leaned in, smirking, "Which means the deal is broken, and when deals break, we collect in other ways." Lily's breath hitched. I could feel her trembling. But before I could respond, I saw movement behind the men, Adam's SUV pulling silently into the shadows, stopping far enough to stay hidden. Adam stepped out carefully, keeping low, watching every movement. He wasn't going to let anything happen without being ready. The leader's eyes narrowed. "Ah, the billionaire." Adam walked forward, fearless. "If you want someone to deal with, take me. She's done." The leader smirked. "Gladly. But you're not laying a hand on my sister or my father." The tension exploded into the air so thick I could almost feel it on my skin. And before anyone could move, the sound of distant sirens pierced the silence. The sirens grew louder, echoing through the hollow warehouse district. Red and blue lights flickered over the cracked pavement as the men surrounding us stiffened. The leader's smirk disappeared instantly. "Who called them?" he hissed. Adam didn't answer. He didn't have to. 2 police cruisers turned the corner, speeding toward us. The gang leader grabbed Lily's arm in a last desperate move. "We're not done. She owes—" Adam lunged forward, pulling Lily away with a force I'd never seen in him before. "Touch her again," he growled, "and I swear you'll regret it." The men hesitated, unsure whether to run or fight. The sirens screamed closer. "Move!" the leader shouted, and his group scattered into the shadows just as the cruiser screeched to a stop. Officers stepped out, hands on their weapons. "Hands where we can see them," one of them barked. I raised mine immediately. Adam did too. Lily trembled beside me, clutching my sleeve. The officers approached cautiously. "We received a report of suspicious activity," one said, scanning the area. Adam stepped forward calmly. "Yes, 3 men threatened my family. They ran toward the east side." The officer nodded and signaled his team. 2 officers sprinted off in pursuit. Another stayed with us. "Are you hurt?" he asked Lily gently. She shook her head but couldn't speak. I answered for her. "She's scared, but we're okay." The officer studied us for a moment, then asked Adam, "Do you want to file a report?" Adam didn't hesitate. Yes, every detail. As he began talking to the officer, I led Lily to the side, away from the flashing lights. Her eyes were red, her breathing still shaky. "Dad, I didn't mean for it to get this far," she whispered. I took her cold hands in mine. "Lily, you should have told us. We could have helped." She shook her head. "I was ashamed. Adam has everything under control in his life. And you've always been steady, responsible. I'm the one who messed up." Tears streamed down her cheeks. "I didn't want you to think I was a failure." My heart broke again. "Sweetheart, everyone makes mistakes. What matters is facing them, not hiding." She rested her head on my shoulder. For the first time in months, she let herself collapse into vulnerability. Meanwhile, Adam finished giving his statement and walked back to us. "They'll look for them," he said quietly, "but those guys probably know how to disappear." Lily flinched at his words. Adam looked at her, his expression softening. "Lily," he said, "you should have come to me first. I'm your brother. I'm supposed to help you." She wiped her eyes. "I didn't want to be another burden on you. You already do so much." Adam shook his head. "You're not a burden. You're family." She looked down. "I'm scared, Adam." "I know," he replied gently, "but you're not alone anymore." Before we could say anything more, the remaining officer approached. "We'll contact you if there are updates. In the meantime, it's not safe here. You should go home." We nodded and walked toward our cars, Lily between us like someone afraid to lose either side. But just as we reached the vehicles, Lily froze. "Dad, Adam, I can't go home." Adam frowned. "Why not?" She looked terrified. "Because they know where we live. They came to the house earlier. They'll come again. And next time, they won't wait for the police." Adam exchanged a tense glance with me. "She's right," I said quietly. "They'll be back." Lily's breath quickened. "They won't stop until they get the money. They said they always collect." Adam ran his hand through his hair, thinking fast. "Then we need a plan, a real one." Lily hugged herself tightly. "I can't drag you both into this. It's my mess." "It's our mess now," Adam said firmly, "and I'm not letting anyone hurt you or Dad." She looked up at him, eyes shining with fear and gratitude. Adam unlocked his SUV. "Get in, both of you." Lily hesitated. "Where are we going?" Adam looked around the dark, empty district, as if calculating every possible danger. Then he answered quietly, "Somewhere safe, somewhere they can't follow." Lily climbed into the back seat. I got in front. Adam started the engine, his jaw tight with determination. As we drove away from the flashing lights and empty streets, I felt Lily's hand reach forward from the back and grip my shoulder. "Dad, Adam, I think someone else is involved. Someone you don't know about." I turned in my seat slowly. "What do you mean?" Lily swallowed hard. "The debts, the threats, they didn't start with them. They started because of someone I trusted." Adam looked at her through the rearview mirror. "Who?" Lily hesitated, fear flickering in her eyes again. "My boyfriend. He's the one who dragged me into this." Adam slammed the brakes harder than necessary. The SUV jerked slightly. "What?" he snapped. Lily started crying again. "He used my name, my accounts, my credit. He said it was temporary, that he'd pay it back. But then he disappeared, and they came after me." My stomach twisted painfully. "Lily, why didn't you tell us?" She shook her head helplessly. "Because I still think he's in danger too." Adam tightened his hands around the steering wheel. "Where is he now?" A long silence followed. Then Lily whispered brokenly, "I think they took him." Silence filled the car, heavy, suffocating. Adam exhaled slowly. Then this is more serious than we thought. I felt a chill crawl down my spine. This wasn't just about debt anymore. It was about people being taken, threats, crime, something far beyond what Lily had told us. Adam took a deep breath. Okay, first we get somewhere safe. Then we find out the truth. And as the SUV disappeared into the night, none of us had any idea how dark that truth actually was.
Adam drove in silence for several minutes, the hum of the engine the only sound in the car. The city lights slowly faded behind us as he took winding back roads toward the north side, where he owned a private cabin, secluded, secure, and unknown to almost everyone. Lily sat leaning forward, her forehead pressed against the back of my seat, as if she needed to feel we were close enough to protect her. "Lily," Adam finally said, his voice steady but tight. "Start from the beginning. Tell us everything about your boyfriend." She hesitated, her breathing shaky. "His name is Ryan. I met him at work a year ago. He was charming, confident. He made me feel seen." Adam gripped the wheel. "And?" "3 months in, he told me he'd lost money in a business deal. He said he just needed a small loan. I trusted him." She closed her eyes. "I didn't know it was connected to a criminal ring." My stomach nodded. "And he used your name?" "Yes," she whispered. "He said it was temporary, but then he borrowed more, and more, until I was drowning in debts I never signed for." Adam muttered a curse under his breath. "He scammed you, plain and simple." Lily's voice cracked. "But he didn't run away. They came for him too. I saw them drag him into a van." This made Adam pause. He turned slightly in his seat. "You saw that?" She nodded. 2 weeks ago. They told me if I didn't pay his debts, they'd come for me next." Her voice shook. "And they did." Adam exhaled slowly, anger simmering beneath his calm exterior. "So, Ryan isn't innocent, but he's not in control either. He's just another pawn." The SUV turned down a narrow dirt road. The trees thickened on both sides, swallowing the moonlight. "Where are we going?" Lily asked. "My cabin," Adam replied. "No one knows about it. No neighbors, no traffic. We'll be safe there tonight." Lily slumped back in relief. But something still gnawed at me. "Lily," I said gently, "did Ryan ever mention names? Anyone he worked for?" She nodded weakly. "Just one. A man they called the broker." Adam's eyes flicked to the rearview mirror. "The broker? You sure?" "Yes. Why?" Adam didn't answer for a moment. "Because I've heard that name before, and not from anywhere good." A cold shiver ran down my spine. "Adam, how do you know him?" Adam tightened his grip on the wheel. "He's known in certain business circles, not publicly, but behind the scenes, he funds dangerous investments, the kind that ruin people." Lily's voice was barely a whisper. "So, he's the one who took Ryan?" Adam nodded grimly. "Very likely." The deeper we drove, the quieter Lily became. When we finally reached the cabin, hidden among tall pines with no visible road, Adam parked and killed the engine. "We'll stay here tonight. There's security, cameras, alarms. No one gets in without us knowing." I helped Lily out of the car. She looked emotionally drained, but at least she was safe. Inside, Adam moved quickly, checking doors, activating the alarm, scanning the property through the cabin's monitors. I sat Lily on the couch. "Dad, do you think Ryan is still alive?" I took her hand. "I don't know, but if he is, we'll find him." Moments later, Adam returned and sat across from us. His expression had shifted from anger to strategy. "We need more information. Lily, does Ryan have anything? Documents, emails, notes that connect him to these people?" Lily nodded slowly. "I think. Yes, at my apartment." Adam's jaw tightened. "It's dangerous to go back there. They might be watching." "I know, but there's a flash drive he kept hidden. He said if anything ever happened, that drive had the truth."
Adam leaned forward. Where is it? Under a loose floorboard in my closet. Adam stood up. Then we're getting it. I looked at him sharply. Adam, it's not safe. He said, I'm not going tonight, but tomorrow, early morning before sunrise. Less chance of anyone watching. Lily looked terrified. But what if they follow you? They won't, Adam said firmly. And even if they try, I'll be ready. Lily took a shaky breath. There's something else. Adam paused. What? Lily swallowed hard. The broker. He doesn't forget debts. Not ever. Her voice trembled. He won't stop until he has all of us. At that moment, the cabin's security alarm chimed softly, a warning tone. Adam's head snapped toward the monitor. I felt my entire body tense. Lily froze, gripping the couch cushion. What is it? Adam stared at the screen, eyes narrowing. Movement, he said quietly. Outside the perimeter. My heart dropped. Who? Adam zoomed in on the camera. A dark figure moved between the trees, slow and deliberate. Lily gasped. They found us. Adam locked the cabin door manually. Stay behind me. I moved Lily back toward the hallway. Adam took a slow breath, eyes fixed on the monitors. Whoever that is, he said, voice low and controlled. They're not here by accident. The figure stepped closer, silhouette clearer now, standing just outside the camera's night vision ring, watching, waiting. Then, suddenly, the figure raised a hand and pressed something against the tree, a small blinking device. Lily grabbed my arm. Dad! Adam's face hardened. That's not a person looking for us. That's someone marking the location. Someone had found the cabin, and they weren't leaving. They were preparing, planning, tracking. The broker's men knew exactly where we were.
Adam didn't move at first. He just stared at the blinking device on the screen. Jaw clenched so tightly, the muscle near his temple twitched. Lily's breathing grew shallow behind me. Adam, what do we do? I asked quietly. He exhaled slowly, controlled, calculating. They marked the location. They're not attacking yet. They're waiting for backup. That gives us a little time. How much time? Lily whispered. Adam's eyes flicked between the different camera feeds. Not long. Maybe an hour. Maybe less. My chest tightened. So we leave? No, he replied immediately. If we run now, they'll follow. They probably have more trackers ready. He turned from the monitors, thinking fast. We need to move smart, not scared. Lily wrapped her arms around herself. Adam, her voice broke. I'm so sorry I dragged you into this. Adam stepped closer and placed a hand on her shoulder. You didn't drag us into anything. We choose to protect you. Understand? She nodded tearfully. Adam turned back to the table and pulled out his phone, opening a secure app. Unlocking down the cabin systems, he said. If they try to break in, alarms will trigger instantly. That's not enough, Lily whispered. They're dangerous. Adam didn't look up. I know. That's why I need both of you to stay behind me no matter what happens. I watched him. Calm, focused. But I could see fear under the surface. Fear not for himself, but for us. Adam, I said softly, what's the plan? He locked the screen. First, we cut the power on our terms. They can't hack or track what they can't see. He reached for the control panel and shut every exterior light off. The cabin went dark, swallowed by the forest. Only the security monitors glowed. Dad, Lily said shakily, I'm scared. I took her hand. I'm right here. Adam leaned closer to the monitor again. The silhouette outside hadn't left. The blinking device pulsed like a heartbeat against the tree. Adam zoomed in. He's waiting for a signal. A group this organized won't move without confirmation. Confirmation from who? Lily asked. Adam looked at her. The broker. The moment he said the name, Lily's knees buckled and she sank onto the couch. Adam, he doesn't let anyone go, not even the people who work for him. Adam walked over to her and crouched down. Listen to me carefully. The broker hasn't won. Not yet. Her breath trembled. How can you be so sure? Adam hesitated for the first time tonight. A subtle shift, like he was weighing whether to reveal something. Finally, he spoke. Because he and I crossed paths once before. My head snapped toward him. What? Lily was stunned. You never told us. I didn't want you involved, Adam said quietly. Years ago, one of my business partners unknowingly worked with the broker. I exposed him, shut down the entire operation. Lily covered her mouth. So he knows you? Oh, he knows me, Adam replied, and he hates me. The weight of his words hung heavy in the dim cabin. Which means, Adam continued, he's not just after Lily. His eyes slid to me. He's after all of us. Lily's voice cracked. Then he'll come here himself? Adam shook his head. No, the broker never shows up in person. He sends crews, tested crews, trained crews, the kind that don't miss. My heart pounded harder. Adam, we need to call the police again. We can't, he said sharply, until we know more. If the police show up and escalate things, someone will get hurt. Maybe all of us. Lily's hand shook uncontrollably. So what do we do? We get the flash drive. It's the only leverage we have. I stared at him. They're outside, watching us. How do we leave without being followed? We don't leave from the road, Adam answered. He walked to the back wall and pressed his hand against a wooden panel. A soft click sounded, and a hidden door slid open, revealing a narrow underground tunnel. Lily's eyes widened. What is that? An emergency exit. I built it 2 years ago. It leads into the forest 1/2 mile from here. I felt a flicker of hope. So we can escape? Yes, but not all of us. My stomach dropped. What do you mean? He turned, facing me and Lily. Dad, you're taking Lily through the tunnel. Get to the car on the other side. Drive straight to the safe house in the city. I'll stay here. Lily jumped to her feet. No! Adam, no! They'll kill you! Adam shook his head. They won't. They need to confirm Lily's location before making a move. If they think she's inside, they won't attack. Adam, this is insane. I'm not leaving you alone. You have to, he insisted. Lily needs you, and someone has to protect the information once we get the flash drive. Lily stepped forward, grabbing Adam's arm. I'm not leaving you. I already lost Ryan. I won't lose you too. Adam cupped her face gently. You're not losing me. I just need to buy time. She sobbed. Adam. He wiped her cheek with his thumb. I promised I'd protect you. Let me keep that promise. Suddenly, the monitor beeped sharply. All 3 of us turned. The dark figure outside had moved, stepping fully into the camera's view. His face was now visible, emotionless, cold. And then he raised a walkie-talkie to his mouth. A distorted voice crackled through the cabin speakers. Location confirmed. Team inbound. Lily screamed. Adam's face hardened. Dad, take her, now. I grabbed Lily's arm, pulling her toward the secret tunnel, as the cabin monitors went red with alerts. Adam turned back to the screens, standing alone, ready, waiting. Because now, the broker's men were coming.
I drove straight to Mark's place, adrenaline shaking through me. When I knocked, he opened the door slowly, his eyes widening in shock when he saw me. Mr. Harris, you shouldn't be here, he whispered, glancing over his shoulder. Where's Lily? I asked, forcing my voice to stay steady. Mark hesitated, then stepped back and let me in. His apartment was dim, messy, and filled with hurriedly packed bags. It looked like someone was planning to leave, soon. She's in the back room, Mark said quietly. she's not in a good state. I walked down the narrow hallway toward the room. The door was half open. Inside, Lily sat on the floor with her knees pulled to her chest, her face buried in her hands. "Lily," I said softly. She jerked her head up. Her eyes were red, swollen from crying. "Dad, I didn't want you to find out like this." "Find out what?" I said, stepping closer. "That you hid the house? That you kept me living in this old place while your brother tried to give me a better life?" She shook her head frantically. "It wasn't about the house. Please, Dad, just listen." I took a deep breath and nodded. Lily wiped her face, trying to gather herself. "6 months ago," she began, "Adam bought that house. He told me to handle the paperwork because he was busy traveling. But when I went to transfer the deed, I found something out, something I didn't know how to tell you." I frowned. "What did you find?" Lily looked up at me, her voice trembling. "The property you live in now, the old house, it's not actually in your name. It was never transferred after Mom passed away. Legally, it belongs to her estate, meaning," her voice cracked, "meaning Adam could take it, or anyone could, if they contested it." I felt my chest tighten. "Lily, why didn't you just tell me?" "Because I panicked," she cried. "You and Adam, you barely talk. I thought if he found out the house wasn't secured, he'd force you to move, maybe even sell it. I thought you'd lose everything familiar, so I hid the new house paperwork while I tried to fix the old one." My heart softened. "Then why run? Why lie?" She lowered her head. "Because I made it worse. The lawyers said fixing the deed required Mom's old documents, her will, and some things I couldn't find. So I tried to get Mark to help me. Then he told me something that scared me even more." Mark stepped into the doorway, guilt all over his face. "Tell him," Lily whispered. Mark sighed. "Mr. Harris, the house Adam bought, it was never fully paid off." My eyes widened. "What?" "It was purchased under a financing plan, a plan that required the new owner, you, to sign a confirmation form. Without your signature, the payment stalled. The bank flagged it. They're preparing to reclaim the property." I felt the floor shift beneath me. Adam had bought a house. Lily had tried to protect me, but her silence had created a debt, a legal mess, and a secret that was crushing her. "Why didn't anyone just talk to me?" I whispered, feeling older than I had in years. Lily broke down again. "Because I was afraid of disappointing you. I thought if I could fix it all quietly, you'd never have to worry." I sat beside her and placed my arm around her trembling shoulders. "Lily, you're my daughter. I don't need perfection. I need honesty." She sobbed into my chest, clinging to me like she did when she was little. After a long moment, I stood and looked at both of them. "We're going to fix this, together." Lily sniffed. "Dad, what about Adam? He's furious." I smiled softly. "Then he'll have to calm down." Just then, the front door opened. Heavy footsteps echoed. Adam's voice boomed from the hallway. "Dad?" Lily froze. Mark stepped back. Adam walked into the room, breathless, panic and regret written across his face. When he saw Lily sitting on the floor, his expression shifted, anger melting into worry. "Lily, I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I shouldn't have confronted you like that." Lily wiped her tears. "I should have told you the truth." Adam knelt beside her. "We're family. We fix things, even messy things." I watched them, the two people who meant the world to me, finally facing each other without anger or secrets. "So," Adam said, turning to me, "what do we do first?" I exhaled slowly. "We talk to the bank, get the paperwork straight, secure our home, and make sure no one runs away again." Lily nodded. Adam smiled. For the first time in a long time, we felt like a family again. Maybe imperfect, maybe flawed, but real. And as I walked them both out of the apartment, I realized something.
The house wasn't the problem, the truth was. And now that it was finally out, we could start building something stronger. Something no bank, no paperwork, no fear could ever take away. A real home.